share yours with me. Hey, we are here, and I don't know if you're a repeat offender or a new offender. I don't even know what the fuck to call you.
Well, Gregg couldn't make it today, so you can just call me Betty.
Oh, okay, Betty. Are you related? That was like Betty Davis kind of laugh, and
More like Jack Nicholson.
in Hush Hush Sweet Charlotte, you know? Exactly. Who does your hair?
Who does my hair? Cindy.
Yeah.
Cindy does my hair. Cindy Dawson. She does my makeup.
I just love.
Well, it looks fabulous. Well,
Well,
welcome. I love leopard. I'm addicted to leopard, as everybody knows. And today is November 20th, and it's National Peanut Butter Fudge Day, but I have a different kind of concoction. It is peanut and fudge, and it is freaking deadly delicious.
All right.
It actually matches your leopard.
Why, thank you.
Yeah.
I got it for $2 at the Goodwill back home.
Cool. And where's that?
Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania.
I have a love affair with Pittsburgh. I always tell you that. And today is the day that the Beatles Anthology Volume 1 was released. Do you remember that? Is that the red one or the blue one?
I think that's the blue. I think the blue one's the first.
It is? The blue one was first, like your hair?
I could be wrong.
I could be wrong, too. I'm wrong a lot. FDA approves new therapy for use as an initial AIDS treatment, 3TC, on this day. I wonder if that one was a good drug, because the original ones, I don't know. I know they kept people alive, but they killed them as well.
Yes,
yes. I know someone who watches over who that happened with. It was the medicine that ends up killing you. I never know if it keeps you alive longer and gives you a horrible life, or you die without dignity, or is it, you know what I mean?
Yes,
Like, it's so confusing, but they did pave the way for drugs like this to come out, and now, I mean, AIDS is not a death sentence anymore, really. You can live with AIDS, but it still needs attention, and I think people don't think about it enough because people aren't dying from it as much. You know what I mean?
Yes.
But I did hear that people that don't wear seatbelts are more likely to not use condoms.
Wow, I don't drive, so I couldn't tell you.
And it makes so much sense to me. It makes total sense to me. Doesn't it? Isn't it so wild? Princess Di on this day admitted she cheated on Prince Charles in a TV interview. Love you, Princess Di.
They're doing a movie. I think it's
they
NBC.
are.
Yeah. I like the actor that's portraying
Naomi Watts.
The boyfriend?
Yeah,
Dodie?
yeah.
Naomi Watts is playing Diana. Yeah. It looks good. I mean, you know, she deserves a movie. I mean, who just had a movie recently? I'll remember in a minute. It's the day that Patti Davis wed Paul Heyland. That crazy Patti Davis.
I'm not sure who she is.
Who is Patti Davis?
Reagan's daughter.
Yes.
Ah, okay.
Yes. And it's interesting. I think Reagan's on here too. Yes, Ronald Reagan announced on this day his candidacy for the Republican nomination for president. Yes. What else happened on this day? Anything look good to you? Winnie Mandela's driver bodyguard was murdered in Johannesburg on this day.
Wow.
That is not cool. So he is an angel with us today. Queen Elizabeth's home in Windsor caught fire on this day. I wonder what they lost.
The wigs.
The curtains. I don't know. I mean, fire is not good anywhere, not even in a Queen's Mansion castle, but, you know, I don't think she was even there probably at the time, and I don't think... That's where Windsor's far out of England, yeah. The UN's WHO, how funny is that, announced first global effort to combat AIDS on this day, and that was 1986. That was before the world even knew as much as we know today.
You know what I find interesting about that is, and I may be off base saying this, but I really think that the government invented AIDS as a disease to take out a certain group of people, not thinking that this person would be with and intermingle with other people of sexual lifestyles, and it just blew the hell up. I mean, I could be out of line saying that, but the conspiracy.
Well, I sometimes think that's why they invented the war in Iraq, for that reason.
Yes.
But I don't know. Anything is possible. What is it? Expect the unexpected, and truth is stranger than fiction, and all those things. So, I mean, I hope it's not true, but I wouldn't be surprised.
Yes.
McDonald's, in 1984, on this day, made its 50 billionth hamburger. So, how many do you think they've made by now?
Probably double that, if not more, maybe triple.
Yeah, gosh.
And
Now
they've added to the obesity of America.
Well, they're trying to go healthy, it looks like. It looks like they keep trying. 100 million watch ABC TV movies a day after about nuclear war on this day. I wasn't in that 100 million.
1983. Wow. I think that would be more popular now with all these TV movies.
I never saw that movie, did you?
No, I haven't.
Drew Barrymore, at age 7, hosted Saturday Night Live. Oh, little Drew.
1982. Wow.
Now she's having her second baby. Yeah, she is. Good for her. She's Drew Barrymore. Ringo releases Stop and Smell the Roses on this day.
Now, were there any hits on that?
No.
I doubt it.
1981.
Yeah, how'd you know that?
Because I'm a chart freak.
You know that?
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's really...
2 singles.
Wow. The U.S. first artificial blood transfusion occurred at University of Minnesota on this day in 1979. That's when they were spreading all the AIDS with those blood transfusions. Oh, George Harrison appeared on Saturday Night Live on this day. Aww.
1976.
Yeah.
Wow.
Alcatraz. And this is interesting. Now, tell me, when did Alcatraz stop being a prison? Because Alcatraz Island is seized by militant Native Americans on this day.
I think 63.
It's
Maybe
a
nice,
prison.
around. Yeah.
It stopped being.
I think right
This
around
was 69.
Yeah.
God, that Alcatraz, if it could talk, man. I know. I would love to hear Alcatraz talking. You know?
Now, I was in San Francisco a couple of years ago. We had went down to the seafront down there. Handful of punk kids with a sign that said $5, you can take our picture. I took a picture of them. They chased me halfway down the seaside.
That's funny. In 1967, on this day, the U.S. population reached 200 million people. So,
What's it now?
Yeah.
What is it now?
I'm sure you could look it up.
Okay.
But I'm sure it's not totally truthful, too. Cabaret opened on this day in New York City. We are Cabaret in my house. Cabaret songs like every day. Like, I had to text my daughter right now to say that Cabaret opened on this day. And she's like, no way! Because she just wrote a song, and every time I hear it, it reminds me of Cabaret.
Oh, that's nice.
So I've been saying, and she didn't even think that it did, but it totally does. It's a great song. Meet the Press makes network debut on this day in 1947.
Who owned a TV in 1947? Probably only the rich, and it was what, maybe green and white?
The
Or
NBC
remember they used to
executive.
put those screens in front of the TV that were 3 colors to make the black and white TV color?
No, because I remember our next door neighbors had the color TV, and we would always go to their house to watch The Wizard of Oz.
Ah, okay.
Once a year, you know? Exactly. Now you can watch it like all day long on repeat, you know? Like, kids don't even get it. They don't know that we only had it once a year. Britain's Princess Elizabeth married Duke Philip Mountbatten on this day.
I think something horrible happened to him in the late 70s.
Really?
I think so. I recall that last name, but I'm not
Now
too sure.
is that Queen Elizabeth today? I don't know. Princess Elizabeth would be turned in. I always get confused with all that royalty. I know. It's crazy. The commercial teletype service begins. You know what that is? AT&T. On this day. That's when they started. And look where they are today. First broadcast of Goldbergs on U.S. radio. Isn't there a new television show called The Goldbergs? That's why I thought.
I'm not sure.
I think there is, right?
Mm-hmm.
See, is it a...
It's about my family.
Really? It's a copy, though, because there was a radio show called The Goldbergs in 1929. Salvador Dali's first one-man show was on this day.
1929. Wow.
Yeah. Garrett Morgan invents and patents the traffic signal. on this day.
What would we do without that?
Yeah, in 1923, like how many cars were for horses? I don't think so, right? I don't know. Beethoven's Fidelio premiered in Vienna on this day. It's the day that the U.S. started requiring photographs for passports in 1914.
Wow.
Yeah, I guess people were already doing bad things in people's passports to go overseas on that big long journey of a boat, because how else would you go anywhere, right? New Jersey is the first state to ratify the Bill of Rights on this day. And Jersey, he's on the frickin' cover of AM today. There's like a feud now between New York and New Jersey. Get over yourselves. Come on. How stupid can that be? Did you hear about this? Somehow the governor of Jersey said it's better to live in Jersey than it is to live in New York. And now New Yorkers are saying, fuck you, it is not. It's like, come on. Who's going to waste their frickin' time? I mean, come on. You can't afford to live in 212 sometimes right now, but I mean, some people like Jersey and some people like New York. Who cares? I don't care. Stop it. It's stupid. What does it mean to ratify the Bill of Rights? Do you know what that means?
Maybe a pass? I'm not too sure. Maybe.
I'm so glad that you don't know either. Because, I know I'm like not the quickest with a lot of big words. Even though ratify, it's not a big word, but it's definitely a tricky word, right? Like these glasses, I'm ratifying them right now, I think. I don't know. It's the day that Howard University founded in Washington, D.C. And that's a great place, Howard University. Birthdays, Dominic Dawes. Oh, I remember watching her in the Olympics. Did you?
I don't recall.
She was on the dream team, I think. Yeah, it's her birthday today.
No, that's
I have two little girls, so
Okay.
if the Olympics and gymnastics are on, when they were little, they were wearing their leotards, doing little flips all around the house, and Dominique Dawes was definitely one of them. I'm Dominique Dawes. No, I'm Dominique Dawes. Yeah, exactly, yeah. Oh, yeah, I must be Peggy Fleming. I don't know. We're like, or Olga Corbett, you remember? Yeah, or the other one, Nadia Comaneci. Yeah, but Dominique Dawes is American.
Who was the one that was American? She was from West Virginia.
I don't know where they're from.
Oh my goodness. Whatever, keep going.
I'm still trying to remember, thinking like, I'm so glad that they had a record of this movie that was just made or something, of this person that recently was just on, and I just can't remember who it is. Mike Diamond, the rap vocalist, one of the Beastie Boys. It is his birthday today, so happy birthday. Sean Young, that crazy wacky actress. It's her birthday today. I do love her. I was a replicant for Halloween like so many years in a row because of her in Blade Runner. It's James Brown's birthday, but not that James Brown, the James Brown from UB40. Could you imagine he has that same name, James Brown?
Mm-hmm.
I know. That must be like a pain in the neck. It's Bo Derek's birthday today.
Wow.
And do you know what her real name is? Mary Collins.
That seems very generic.
She looks Mary Collins. She looks like a Mary Collins in a way, right? Bo Derek. But she is totally Bo Derek. But didn't she look like the other two wives he had? She was just the third one. Yeah, he always married like a girl that looked like that, right? Yeah, Linda Evans, wasn't she one?
Yeah.
And then the other one, the first one. Oh, what was her name? You can... Anyway,
Yeah.
Dan McBride, the rocker from Sha-Na-Na. His birthday is today. Norman Greenbaum, Spirit in the Sky.
Oh.
His birthday is today. Dick Smothers, the Smothers.
Now, which one was he? The one without the mustache?
Tommy.
That was Tommy.
Yeah,
Okay.
Dick was the...
They were pretty hip for their time.
They were probably hipper than we even realized.
Yes.
I'm sure they were doing things in the bathroom that they were. I'm sure they were. Richard Dawson's birthday is today.
A lot of Dawson.
Come on.
Hey, relation?
You're saying Dawson quite a bit today.
Look at that. Look at that. Interesting. Dick Clark's birthday is
Wow. The eternal teenager.
today. Born from Mount Vernon, New York, but he lived in Philly because he was in Philly for a long time. I had a friend that lived in his apartment in Philadelphia before he became famous. It was this teeny little apartment But the claim to fame was it was Dick Clark's apartment.
Okay.
Yeah. It almost is like L.A., like everyone in L.A. lives in somebody's place, right? But this was Philly. Kate Ballard, it's her birthday today, too. I remember.
Here, before you move on, we got
Oh,
Joe
no.
Walsh, and I will be doing an Eagles song today. Yes,
Yay.
folks.
I love it. It's his birthday today. He is, yeah. And Dwayne Allman's birthday is today,
Wow.
too. Yeah, a lot of
Was he
birthdays.
married to Cher?
No, that was Gregg.
Okay.
But they were only married for like a week, right?
Ah, okay.
But long enough to make Elijah Blue. Yeah. Or he could have been from before they were married. That might have been why they got married. You never know. Yeah, but she didn't keep him for very long. But I'll tell you, Cher, I've seen her recently on Letterman. Oh my God. She is amazing. I met her once and she was so fun. I love it. But I worked in a makeup store and I was giving her all this stuff for chastity. How stupid was I? Yeah. Take this for chastity and take this for Yeah, and she was just like, yeah. Angels in the room. People who passed away at this day. Robert Palmer. Mwah. I saw him live in England, actually. Oh, you might as well face it. Slipping Sally through the alley. We love you, Robert Palmer. Emil Ardolino, the director of Dirty Dancing, died at 50 years old of AIDS on this day. Yes. Gina Petrushka. She was an actress in The Exorcist and Sybil.
Wow, those
What
are
a
two
resume!
heavy, yeah.
Exactly. I wonder who she was.
Like Mike Edison would say, that's more like a crime scene.
That's that. Yeah, exactly. Bill Scott, the cartoon voice of Bullwinkle and Mr. Peabody.
Aww.
He's an angel with us today. Kathy Lewis, who was Deidre on Hegel. So was that the wife? Probably, right? Deidre. She died of cancer at 50. A lot of people die. Age and death have nothing to do with each other. We know that. Leo Tolstoy, the author of Anna Karenina, he died at 82. And the last one, the Caroline of Anspach, the Queen of Great Britain. She's an angel with us today.
Well, I need a scorecard for all these royalty people in England.
A lot of
I'm telling
royalty
you,
today. Yeah, we got the
this,
royals.
Queen that.
Princess Di, and that she cheated on this day. Good for her.
I'm glad I dressed like this for today, just to honor them.
This is all about Princess Di right here, the peanut butter fudge day. And we're going to be back with a lot of you, Betty.
Great.
You ready to?
I'm ready to rock and roll.
All right, we will be back. Think about